you find that your block simply is you and the way you feel about it, you have the ability to change it. Greetings, beautiful ones. Welcome back. For those of you who are new here, my name is Fran. I am the owner of Angels with Fran and the Intentional Living Academy. This is a place where faith meets flow and we get intentional about living richly in every area of our life. Welcome back. All right. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and do that so that you don't miss any of the good things that go on here. And you can also join the channel to get the behind the scenes goodness if you haven't done that yet. What we're going to talk about today is why things may not be manifesting in your life, and especially why they may not be manifesting quickly. So here's the thing, manifestation is not a magic trick, and it's definitely not a one size fits all. The practice that you do to create and live at your best and highest potential. Right? So we are co-creators, and that's where the magic happens. We are co-creators with our higher source, our higher power, God as I call it, the universe, and all of the heavenly staff and spirit beings that we have available to us. So magic things happen when we connect to the supernatural power of the universe. So those things are either happening for you quickly or they're not happening at all. One of the major things that I have learned about manifestation is if you don't have the component of believing for what you're asking for, already being in the space of alignment with it, it will definitely slow it down. So mindset work is like key when you're manifesting. Also for me, again, I always include God in my manifestation. So I love the co-creating process of understanding that I don't have to do the heavy lifting. But this is what I also know to be very, very, very true. If you are afraid to succeed, if you are afraid of success, if you are afraid of receiving the thing that you're asking for because you believe that it's going to go away, because you've had things come in your life and you weren't able to maintain them, or you stopped doing your practice and those things kind of disappeared, or if you are afraid of success because you're afraid of what other people are going to say about you, your friend group, your family members, if you are afraid of being more successful than someone you love, like your parents, your siblings, maybe even the person that you're in a relationship with, manifestation is not going to happen for you. You cannot ask for something, do the work for something, but then be afraid to have it, because you're defeating your whole purpose at that point. The thing about being afraid to succeed is really more common than you know, because of our environment, our circumstances, people we know, people that we even know that have succeeded that maybe now are not as successful. Those things become like rotating conversations in our head. That's why a mindset shift and connecting to something higher and more powerful than you is key in constant and consistent manifestation, because then you realize that you don't have to do the heavy lifting. When you are co-creating, you are simply aligning with the vibration of the thing that you are desiring to call into your life. And it doesn't matter what it is. Manifesting a car is no different than manifesting your first $100,000. It is all the same, right? It's the energy behind the manifestation that is going to bring it into the physical reality. But if you're afraid to have a new car because your thought goes to, well, okay, I'm going to get this new car. How am I going to pay for it? That should not be your thought. Your thought should be, I am going to get this new car and it is going to be so amazing. I'm going to be so happy because I am going to be appropriately transported in a car that gets me to where I need to be safely. Right? That's going to get me to where I need to be in style as well. Instead of you thinking about all the negatives around the thing you're trying to manifest, you need to be thinking about all the positives. Because if you're thinking negatively about what you're calling in, that means that subconsciously you're afraid of it. Even if you're afraid to succeed in your business. So I'm going to tell you a story. I have a client and I have been working with this client for quite some time. And we always work on different components in her life every time that we start to work together. So this particular time she had started a business. And when she started the business, she knew what she wanted to do. She knew what she wanted the business to look like. She was so excited. And the business started to succeed. She started to get high-end, high-value clients who expected a certain service, which when you're spending your money, you do, right? So she got nervous about the clients that she had attracted and manifested into her business. Therefore, everything started going wrong. She couldn't meet deadlines. Clients were changing projects at the last minute. She was overloaded because she had called in all this business and she hadn't hired any help. It was just like on and on and on and on. So when she came to me for us to have our session, the first thing I wanted to look at is what's going on up here. What's going on in your mindset? What are your day-to-day thoughts? And the first thing that she said to me is that I did not know it was going to happen this fast. I did not know it was going to be this successful. But more importantly, I'm scared that I won't be able to deliver. So she was afraid to succeed. And being afraid to succeed is definitely going to guarantee that you're not going to succeed. So when you are afraid of success, when you are afraid of having the thing that you are desiring, you're going to also be frustrated because it's just not going to show up. And there's nothing that you can do until you work on healing the reasons why you are afraid, praying about it, asking for clarity around it. Because when you ask God for clarity around things, He will definitely give you that clarity. Sometimes He gives it to you through another person. Sometimes He gives it to you through a song. You may be riding down the street, you see a sign. God works in very mysterious ways, right? Which we will never understand. However, God will give you clarity. When you ask, okay, what is it that is blocking this? What is it that is keeping me from obtaining the thing that I desire? And then you have to ask yourself, do I truly desire this? That is why I talk to you guys about inspired actions, because you have to be ready to receive what you're asking for. Just like she got all that business and she got all these clients, but she wasn't prepared to take care of them. Now she's having an uphill battle because she realizes that she was scared to succeed. So here's the thing. Manifestation is not one thing. It works together with all of the things that you do to create your life. Creating a practice, holding the vision, being in alignment, identity shifting, right? Coming to a space where you already know that it's yours because you have the faith that it is yours. All of those things are what create in your life. And if you find that your block simply is you and the way you feel about it, you have the ability to change it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have the ability to change it. So don't get frustrated and don't give up. You have the ability to change any circumstance that is keeping you from receiving your heart's desire. And here's another thing that I'm going to leave you guys with. If it is truly your heart's desire, then it would be really easy to get aligned with it and bring it into your physical reality. You have the power to co-create an amazing life. All you have to do is connect the energy. Co-creation is an amazing thing, and we all have the ability to do it. Alright y'all, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this video, and I will see you next time. Alright, bye for now.